Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadhujadam Sarvana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sarvana Lalita Shri Vishankanatam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna. Good morning everyone. So we are continuing to read the Nectarean Ocean of the Holy Name, and we are actually on the 9th offense. So this is the section, later part of the section, where it says, faithless person should first, as mentioned above, gain faith through singing the holy names. After some time, they will approach a bona fide guru, receive initiation into the holy name, and thus easily attain prema, love of God, the highest goal of life. Although we may have heard that this offense is mainly committed by a guru who gives initiation to an unqualified disciple, it can also be committed by someone who openly speaks about the confidential glories of the holy name to an unqualified audience. Which persons are unfit to be initiated into the holy name? The faithless person lives in the imagination that after having accepted the holy name, he no longer needs to fear mistakes and sins. He thinks that after initiation, everybody should offer their prostrated obeisances, dandavats unto him, and that he should be served by others. Such a person is unfit for spiritual life. How can the faithless be liberated? As already mentioned, he has to develop faith through loud sankirtan before he can receive the holy name. This means that one should encourage such persons to chant the holy name, but without instructing them about the most advanced intimate secrets, as for example, that Krishna dances on the tongue of the chanter. Faithless persons cannot understand such topics. At least they will consider it an exaggeration. It is a general principle for preachers to avoid statements which cannot be understood by their audience. For the same reason, one should confront the beginner with a list of all the offenses against the holy name. First, he should receive encouraging instructions. By chanting the holy name, he will slowly be purified and acquire a higher taste, which enables him to gradually desist from material activities and take the offenses more seriously. When Srila Prabhupada propagated Krishna consciousness among the hippies in New York, he first encouraged them to chant the holy name. Only later he told them not to take drugs. Thus, one should simply encourage the faithless beginner to accept the spiritual path. Later, when he is established in spiritual life and seeks further progress, one can help him to become safe on his path. When he has developed faith in the chanting of the holy name, he will approach a bona fide guru, accept the holy name from him, and finally attain prema. Even thieves, prostitutes, and scoundrels can give up their sinful mentality and thus gain faith. As soon as their faith is strong, they can be instructed about the holy name in detail. In this way, the holy name can be spread everywhere. It is interesting to see that Lord Chaitanya first invoked initial faith in Jagai and Madai before he gave them the holy name. We should not stop encouraging people to chant Hare Krishna, but first of all, we should invoke so much faith in them so that they actually begin to chant with understanding. Then, by chanting, their faith increases and their spiritual life can improve. The difference between the chanting of an initiated and an uninitiated devotee. The spiritual master establishes a genuine relationship between the jiva and Krishna. Therefore, it is essential in spiritual life to approach a bona fide guru and receive initiation from him. This is advised by Krishna. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render services unto him. The self realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. At the time of initiation, karma and material contamination leave the sincere disciple and he receives a strong feeling of liberation from his or her path. On this level, it is much easier for him to render devotional service. Thus, often one should very thankfully remember the spiritual master who has enabled us to chant with greater strength. But even chanting in uninitiated stage has its effect. It qualifies one for initiation. Chanting before initiation leads to initiation, and then the spiritual life really starts. Questions. Name the different kinds of sin. Oh, Prabhu, should we do this tomorrow? Otherwise, I'll have to go back and look at all the,
That's where I think we can summarize our.
Yeah, let's summarize tomorrow. So really here, we are talking about the ninth offense, which is, this is very important because in the beginning, I didn't even know like how offensive it is to share the holy name. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this message is not for somebody who's envious. So we should be very careful. Like we feel sometimes, I used to get so enthusiastic, right? Share everything with everybody. That's the enthusiasm. But however, it is very important to kind of understand the mood, kind of understand, right? When you're sharing, how is it being I guess, how is it being accepted? Are the messages being accepted, or is there like kind of a objection to things, or maybe if there is kind of that resistance, then we have to be really careful about that because it is really going to cause more offense to that person and also to us because we are trying to force upon or share some of this knowledge with somebody who's not interested. So we have to be very careful that we don't just force upon these messages or even share the confidential, the higher truths about the chanting and all of that. When somebody new comes in, all we are saying is that chant and be happy. This chanting is really transcendental. It's going to connect you with the higher realm, and there is so many benefits of chanting, harmonizing the body, mind, and all that other things. We can always share that, which is true, right? All of that, the positive things are true. So that's how we really do that rather than going to the other side and straight away day one you're saying, oh, this is not supposed to be, and all the offenses and this and that. It's just going to discourage somebody from taking on the chanting. And then again, the main message is also when somebody is new, it's like they may have to start with kirtan, right? When we say the loud chanting of the holy names, it just means the kirtan. Together kirtan, like even all of these home programs, we have been having such beautiful kirtan. So it's very easy for somebody that's new to come into a kirtan and really get into the chanting through that rather than doing this one-on-one, the focused chanting. So that's what also being emphasized, that somebody who's new will start with the kirtan and then eventually take up the process of, the deeper meditation, chanting, and then receive initiation. It is also emphasized here that there is a difference between chanting, initiation, pre-initiation, post-initiation, because really the difference is that during initiation, the link is established with the Guru Parampara. Until then, we are chanting, we are doing all the Srila Prabhupada, we have taken his shelter. However, with the initiation, there is the link. And then the spiritual master himself is kind of taking all that negative, the past sins, everything away during initiation. That's what happens. And we are basically starting fresh. And then, of course, right, spiritual master's mercy is huge in our life. And then through that mercy flowing through in our life, then it's just like we just take it up further and further. And we can definitely, I can attest to that. We can feel the difference in our lives after initiation, how we get the spiritual strength and the mercy from our spiritual masters, which further enhances our progress in our spiritual life. But again, when we are new, We take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, take shelter of the holy name, keep practicing, and when the time comes, the spiritual master is really, spiritual master really comes in front of us. Krishna makes the arrangement, and then from then on, the next steps will go on. So with that, we can